Say hello to the soon-to-become hottest star in MMA. Confusing opponents with her pretty face
is going to be unbelievable.
British-Bulgarian Dakota Ditcheva, in just 3 years, has shown that she possesses the deadliest striking in women's MMA. With Sparta-like front kicks
From Dakota.
and brutal elbows and knees in the clinch.
That takedown to put this fight
Is going to be unbelievable.
She holds a 95% knockout rate inside the cage.
Put away.
And it's clear the future belongs to the striking heavy talent who will soon be a problem for the UFC. Born to a Bulgarian father, Dakota grew up in a family of martial artists. Her mother, Lisa Howarth, was a multiple-time world kickboxing champion with 25 fights, and she owned a gym. This influenced Dakota's interest in combat sports. Immersed in this environment from a young age, Dakota began her training in various martial arts disciplines, including kickboxing, Muay Thai, and later Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Taking the Thai boxing more serious in terms of competing.
At just 4 years old, Dakota's journey in the brutal world of combat sports started with kickboxing and Muay Thai, following in the steps of her mother. In a few years of training, Dakota started displaying techniques so clean you could eat off it. Particularly not fond of social media like other kids, she made the sacrifice to dedicate her teenage life to fighting, collecting unconscious bodies and titles in brutal Thailand. With great composure, a 70-inch reach, and a distracting smile, a teenage Dakota mixed it up well, separating rivals from consciousness one by one, a dagger-like front kick and vicious combinations being the main weapon of choice. She fought the other girls with a killer instinct and hardly left it in the hands of the judges. In May 2016, at the age of 18, Dakota represented Great Britain at the International Federation of Muay Thai Associations, IFMA World Championships, where she earned a gold medal in the female junior 57-kilogram division. She became a 3-time world champion and compiled a record of 10 wins and 1 loss. But she wasn't done just yet. Dakota collected more knockouts in kickboxing.
Рязка, прибрана, използва добре дистанцията, ритъм в.
Under the nickname Dangerous Ditcheva, she unleashed unbelievable power. Despite only starting her study of the fighting science, she threw perfect punches, becoming a terror to every girl who dared to stand in her way.
It's definitely a fight.
Long levers of Ditcheva.
Really aggressive stuff.
Now a proven name to watch, she made the transition to MMA. Having to add the skill set of wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and other elements of grappling, Dakota adjusted her training in preparation for the no-barred violence of MMA.
Fighter.
Stepping into the cage, Dakota immediately stood out among her peers.
Good knees there.
Destroying opponents on the feet with strikes from all angles and refusing to be bullied in the grappling department, Dakota had a stellar amateur career, making it obvious that she is one to watch out for.
Not giving the space. It was only contact that let Leonara know where she was.
Oh,
but look at
big right hand and the ref waves it.
After about 3 years of terrorizing the amateur ranks, Dakota had perfected her MMA tools and her star potential was clear to see. She made her MMA debut in 2021. Pro MMA newbie Jenny Line was the unlucky fighter standing across from Dakota in her MMA debut at Cage Steel 25, which took place in Sheffield, England. Ditcheva bounced around like a veteran as she switched stances and threw nasty kicks from the opening bell. Looking like a predator who has come to consume her prey, Dakota continuously backed her foe to the cage fence. By the 1-minute mark, her opponent was taking clean Muay Thai elbows to the chin.
Oh, what an elbow. And
Thai
again.
background now.
And again.
A few knees from the clinch position sent Line crashing to the floor, where Ditcheva got a brief chance to show off her rarely seen ground skills.
I can see a knee. Oh, you heard that.
Jenny trying to go all the way to here on the floor.
Intent on scoring a highlight reel knockout, Dakota let her opponent get back up and connected with a huge spinning before finishing the fight with a knee to Line's face.
Oh, knee. She drops.
It's a masterclass. An
that's
absolute
great.
masterclass.
5 months later at Celtic Gladiator 30, Ditcheva fought Kerry Isom, who was also making her debut. Feeling no pressure, Ditcheva showed her duality as she blew a kiss to the camera and pounded her opponent with blows all in a matter of seconds. With powerful long legs, Dakota warded her opponent off, punishing Kerry at every attempt.
Wasting no time, but Dakota is really picking her off.
Proving untouchable like a spirit in the cage, Dakota didn't forget to stamp her opponent's face with wicked front kicks.
Times. Big kick again.
A menace both at distance and in the clinch.
She comes from a good grappling stock with Jimmy Johnson there in the corner.
But in the clinch, Dakota, the knees, the elbows.
She showed off a one grappling defense and reversed on her opponent.
Already with Dakota, she knows what she's getting in.
And doing her best John Jones impression, she missed just slightly with her first spinning back elbow attempt, but the second found a home.
And a knee!
Dakota's sharp elbows opened up cuts on her opponent and turned Isom's insides to mush with hard knees.
Gotta be careful, she turned her back.
Nice fake into that knee from the body.
But her grappling would be the weapon of choice in this fight.
Dakota with the
Using her new grappling skills, she took her opponent to the ground and fully mounted her straight away. Dakota could now rain shots, and saving Isom was in the hands of the referee.
raining down. Kerry really needs to improve her position.
Her third fight would be in the UK Fighting Championships, again proving that she is too much for the girls on the regional scene.
Ditcheva.
Dakota surprised her opponent with impeccable takedown defense.
Distance early.
And Borsch, keeping an eye.
Proving to be ready for elite grapplers, she reversed the position and finished her opponent yet again with vicious elbows.
Finish yet again. And has she been troubled?
A professional record of 5 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, Dakota Ditcheva!
Her quick rise drew comparisons to Ronda Rousey. She became viral in the MMA community not only with her world-class striking, but with her ruthless personality, illustrated by her unique celebrations. Boasting a record of 5 wins and 0 losses, Dakota had proven herself by winning a tournament on the European circuit, but many still doubted that she could hang with the very best in the world. She had been exciting, but opposition has been modest at best. Her model-like looks, fun personality, and undefeated record highlighted by multiple first-round knockouts caught the attention of the Professional Fighters League. However, in the promotion she would not be allowed to throw elbows. Also, with the PFL only having a lightweight division, a new flyweight division had to be created wherein the 125-pound Dakota competed. The promotion's annual seasonal format sees fighters compete for points to reach the playoffs, which are winner-takes-all fights to reach the final. Under the watchful eyes of her mother, Ditcheva's first appearance in the PFL was a striking masterclass. Displaying a high fight IQ, Dakota followed the hit-and-don't-get-hit doctrine. Her signature push kick proved useful once again.
Pass the Javert and then the right hand after it.
In the third round, she terminated her opponent's will to fight with well-timed knees to the abdomen. The fight ended in 58 seconds, scoring her fastest victory ever.
The fight! Rich Mitchell waves it off the knee!
Dakota returned 3 months later against Catherine Corrigines. Proving to be the perfect mix of love and war, Dakota blew a kiss to start another masterclass. Ditcheva wisely worked her kicks early and managed the distance.
And they're not able to catch hold of Dakota Ditcheva.
Her counter-striking was on point.
So far, all out from distance. Oh, right hand.
She negated her opponent's attempts at wrestling and punished her in the clinch.
Knees with the quickness.
Sweep attempt there from Corrigines.
Yeah, it looked like she was even trying to Cody.
Hammer fists rained down on her adversary. Ditcheva pressed forward and unleashed a big right hand that cracked Corrigines on the jaw and sent her crashing to the canvas in a heap.
Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva!
Another punch followed, but the fight was already over. A vicious knockout, and one which announced to her future opponents that Dangerous poses an immense danger. Adjusting adeptly to the Professional Fighters League style within a year, Dakota Ditcheva was ready to take over. In 2023, Dakota headed to the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Tournament. Ditcheva controlled distance in the early stages via leg and body kicks. The knees again being the weapon of destruction, Ditcheva landed some knees in the clinch against the side of the cage before taking Hermansson down.
These are very nasty.
After transitioning to the back from side control, Ditcheva locked in a rear naked choke to end the fight and secure the first submission win of her MMA career. Following the victory, Ditcheva was joined by her mum in celebration.
Nasty work in the clinch, and then you pull her back over your leg for the trip and the takedown landing right inside control. From the very beginning of this fight, did you want to showcase your ground skills?
Yeah, I really did, and I came out and I did it tonight, and I'm very proud of myself for that.
Her 7 knockouts in 9 bouts put her on a par with MMA legends Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg, who had 6 stoppages in their first 9 bouts. The win moved Ditcheva to 10-0 professionally, earning her $100,000 and locking the English fighter into a spot in the PFL next season. As Dakota progressed, so did the level of her adversaries. For the semi-final, she was matched up against a tough opponent, Cornelia Holm in Paris. Competing against the seasoned wrestler, Dakota had some questions to answer. Within 30 seconds, Holm had shot for a takedown.
Down for Holm.
Beautiful work. Nice scramble though from...
But Dakota demonstrated her wrestling training. Refusing to go to the ground, Dakota sent Holm flying with every shot.
Laser, she always hits.
In the third round, like something out of a movie, Dakota threw a crisp 1-2 that sent Holm crumbling, and a kick ended the fight. Dakota broadcasts to the flyweight division that she means business. With this victory, Dakota had eliminated all her foes and was set for the final in Dublin.
Dakota Ditcheva!
Like in previous bouts, Ditcheva was a heavy favorite going into the fight with Italy's Scatizzi. In the first round, like many of Dakota's opponents, Scatizzi pressured Ditcheva and attempted to close the distance in a bid to nullify her striking.
Got to get around these legs. Oh, knees! This clinch knee is, we saw Dakota Ditcheva finish a fight last year with that.
But this ended up playing into Ditcheva's hands.
Nice tricky knee there from Dakota.
She recalled her Muay Thai training in the clinch and launched knees into the Italian fighter's face.
Beautiful from Dakota, beautiful punch. This could be it, guys. But there's that toughness again.
It's going to take a lot to get down to Dakota Ditcheva.
Her opponent's face wore the damage, with her left eye swelling up grotesquely and blocking out her vision. That was enough for the ringside physician to call off the fight.
And 2023 women's flyweight champion, Dakota Ditcheva!
Summing up the years of hard work in the gym, Ditcheva celebrated by dancing round the cage before being presented with her belt. The win also secured Ditcheva a $100,000 prize. With the victory, her popularity in the MMA scene increased, and she was now ranked by MMA fans to be among the top 5 pound-for-pound female fighters. With a stunning physique and a godlike personality, her fame exceeded the kind of fame a PFL fighter is known to enjoy. But despite being regarded by all to be the best female fighter outside of the UFC, Dakota still had doubters who questioned her ability to take on the very top dogs in women's MMA. In 2024, Ditcheva made her debut in the PFL American season, having won PFL Europe last year. For this tournament, elbows were allowed, reuniting Dakota with a weapon she loves so much. It was domination from the opening bell as Dakota showed off her judo skills 4 minutes in. Ditcheva landed a stinging straight right, left combination to the body of Maldin before dropping her with a powerful knee. Another knee to Maldin's baby factory made her go down again. The American was able to get back up, but Ditcheva sent her back to the canvas with another well-placed kick to the body, and the referee stepped in to stop the contest, handing Ditcheva 6 points thanks to the first round finish. Her next opponent made a big mistake and got dropped with a heavy 1-2 when she decided to stand in the middle of the cage with Dakota.
Trying to recruit into a grappling range now, she's going to be open to knees.
Ditcheva mixed strikes to the body and head. Using Gordon Ramsay's liver steak recipe, she landed a body shot that sent Hackett crumbling. The consecutive first-round stoppages mean she had won the maximum 12 points and advanced to the playoffs in first place. Well before Dakota decided to try out modeling. Fight after fight, Dakota bullied her opponents. Her huge frame and counter-striking meant that foes couldn't enter her range without being punished for it. In the semi-final, the tall British Bulgarian framed her opponent's head and met her abdomen with sharp knees that immediately sent her crashing. Looking to give her opponent a proper send-off, Dakota asked Bishop to stand up, only to follow up with a barrage of blows that ended the fight. With her future opponent in the crowd, Dakota knew she had sent fear through their hearts, signaling them to shut up.
First round finish!
Now undoubtedly PFL's biggest female star, Dakota was prepared to face the biggest stars. A showpiece with former UFC flyweight title challenger Taila Santos was set up, and Santos was tipped to provide the toughest test of Ditcheva's career. Santos had missed out slightly in title fight against UFC's Valentina Shevchenko and has since crossed over to the PFL, where she won 3 fights in a row and had her sights fixed on the final prize.
All Taila Santos tonight as she tries to improve to 18.
Since the UFC is seen as the golden standard in MMA, victory over a former title challenger in the promotion in Santos is a big indicator that Dakota would be at home there. From her walkout, Ditcheva looked relaxed in the biggest fight of her life. She danced her way to the cage as a pocket of fans from the UK cheered the Manchester fighter. Ditcheva set the tone for a dominant performance. With a trio of leg kicks, Dakota proved to be too strong in the grappling department.
Some space between the hips.
And on the feet, her signature front kick found a home on Santos's face. She outclassed Santos, bringing oohs from the crowd as the Brazilian struggled to defend herself.
And an elbow to finish that combination. She has Taila Santos hurt.
Knee to the body there. This is where we see Ditcheva really start to go to work.
And uncorked hard shots against the former UFC title challenger like never before.
From Ditcheva. There's a
Santos is hurt.
A thudding knee and flurry of body shots was the end as the referee stepped in, crowning Ditcheva Britain's first female MMA world champion. Dakota celebrated by putting lipstick on in the center of the octagon. Before embracing her team, including her mother and former kickboxing world champion Lisa Howarth, and roaring with joy. Dakota credits her mother for her monstrous power. Not only has Ditcheva broken Britain's barren run for a female world champion, she has done it in a dominant fashion rarely seen in women's MMA. Fans and pundits are already describing Ditcheva as being among the world's best, with the Briton also becoming the PFL's youngest ever champion at 26. Her 13 finishes, 12 of them knockouts, make for a glittering resume, and she has all the attributes to flourish at the very top of the sport. Please subscribe if you didn't know about this fighter before. We're making videos on legendary fighters and upcoming legends like Ditcheva. Thanks, goodbye.